Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The sports world is buzzing tonight with whispers that feel almost unreal. A story so shocking that even the most seasoned NFL insiders are pausing mid-sentence, unsure whether to treat it as truth or an elaborate hoax. Sources suggest that Jason KELCE, the legendary center who has been synonymous with Philadelphia's identity for over a decade, is abandoning his well-earned retirement and turning his gaze toward Washington. Yes, the rumors swirling around Capitol Hill are pointing to KELCE potentially donning the burgundy and gold, the colors that define the Commanders, in what would be one of the most dramatic shifts in recent NFL memory. Analysts are already dissecting this move in every possible way, wondering what it means for the locker room dynamics, for KELCE's legacy in Philly, and for the immediate strategy of a team eager to make noise in a fiercely competitive NFC East. The mere suggestion of KELCE resurrecting his career to step into a franchise that has historically wrestled with its own identity sends shivers down the spine of fans and pundits alike. Could this be a last-minute attempt to chase a Super Bowl, or a calculated gamble orchestrated by a front office willing to pull every possible lever? The reaction across social media platforms has been nothing short of pandemonium, as fans of both teams scramble to parse the implications of a potential KELCE to Commanders transfer. Philadelphia fans, who have celebrated his Iron Man durability and charismatic leadership for years, are taking to Twitter with a mixture of disbelief, betrayal, and ironic humor, some creating memes that will likely circulate for months, capturing KELCE as a figure seemingly caught between loyalty and ambition. On the other side, Washington supporters are simultaneously skeptical and euphoric, imagining a scenario where the veteran center steps in to stabilize an offensive line that has been inconsistent and porous, a unit that desperately needs a player of KELCE's pedigree to mentor young linemen while maintaining elite-level performance. NFL commentators are now weighing in, framing this rumor as a seismic shockwave capable of affecting draft strategies, free agency decisions, and even the psyche of teams across the league. Every word, every rumored source, every fleeting snippet of confirmation or denial is being amplified, dissected, and debated, with sports talk shows running countdowns and live discussions as if a literal earthquake has struck the league, and Jason KELCE is its epicenter. Inside sources hint that the discussions between KELCE's camp and Washington executives have been discreet, almost clandestine, with meetings conducted away from prying eyes and media speculation carefully controlled. There's talk of a contract structure designed not only to entice a player out of retirement, but to accommodate his veteran status, leadership contributions, and off-field influence in shaping team culture. This is not merely about the X's and O's on the field, but about the kind of presence KELCE would bring to a locker room hungry for direction and a winning identity. The intricacies of the negotiations reportedly include performance incentives, mentoring bonuses for younger players, and perhaps even public appearances aimed at rebranding the franchise's image, which has struggled in recent years. NFL insiders cautioned that until contracts are signed and paperwork is filed, everything remains speculative, yet the mere notion that KELCE, who has historically embodied Philadelphia toughness and loyalty, would entertain wearing another team's colors is already reshaping narratives across sports media. Analysts debate whether this move, if true, signals a larger trend of veteran players willing to make bold, unexpected jumps to extend careers or chase new legacies, challenging the idea that retirement is an absolute endpoint. Whispers from Washington suggest that the Commanders' front office sees this as a chance to redefine the team's identity, leveraging KELCE's reputation as both a player and a leader to galvanize a roster that has seen flashes of promise but struggled to sustain momentum. Rumors indicate strategic conversations about how to integrate KELCE into existing schemes, how to maximize his experience without risking injury, and how his presence could accelerate the development of younger linemen who have shown potential but lack consistent guidance. There's speculation that KELCE's potential influence goes beyond mere gameplay. The social and motivational aspect could be a catalyst for a cultural transformation, signaling to players, coaches, and fans alike that the Commanders are serious about competing at the highest level. Some insiders are already projecting scenarios in which the team could leverage KELCE's versatility and veteran insight during pivotal moments in games, imagining him as a stabilizing force during high-pressure drives that could define playoff outcomes. While none of these details are confirmed, the intensity of chatter in front offices, among reporters, and across sports radio networks underscores the perceived gravity of this potential signing, suggesting that if the rumor solidifies, the ripple effects could extend far beyond Washington, shaking the foundations of the NFC landscape. Speculation continues to swirl around Philadelphia, where KELCE's departure, if it happens, would leave a gaping hole not just on the offensive line, but in the emotional and cultural fabric of the team. Fans are reflecting on his numerous playoff heroics, his memorable Super Bowl moments, and his outspoken, often humorous personality that became a hallmark of the Eagles' identity. Analysts ponder how the Eagles might replace not just the technical proficiency of a Hall of Fame caliber center, but also the intangible leadership qualities that KELCE embodies, those traits that galvanize a locker room and define a franchise. There's chatter about internal succession plans, potential draft picks, and free agent acquisitions, yet the overarching sentiment is one of shock and a creeping sense of betrayal. Rumors hint at behind-the-scenes discussions with other centers, potential positional shifts along the line, and the strategic recalibrations necessary if KELCE truly transitions to a rival team. Every speculative thread intertwines with broader questions about loyalty, legacy, and professional ambition, leaving fans, commentators, and insiders teetering between disbelief and grudging acknowledgement that in today's NFL, even legends might chase new horizons under unexpected circumstances. Media outlets are already crafting narratives with cinematic flair, framing this as a capital betrayal, while simultaneously painting KELCE as a fearless competitor willing to challenge conventions, rewrite expectations, and redefine the late stages of his career. Sports analysts are drawing parallels to historic free agent moves, sudden retirements, and surprise comebacks. Yet few examples seem to match the dramatic tension of a player leaving a lifelong team to embrace the colors of a direct divisional rival. Social media engagement has reached fever pitch, trending hashtags capturing a mix of outrage, excitement, and sheer fascination, as fans debate whether KELCE's potential move would inspire admiration for audacity or disappointment over perceived disloyalty. Rumors hint that if KELCE commits to Washington, marketing and promotional teams are already preparing campaigns that highlight his arrival as transformative, positioning him as both a player and cultural icon within the franchise. Analysts caution, however, that while the optics are compelling, the ultimate success of such a move depends on performance, adaptation, and the willingness of teammates and coaches to embrace a player whose prior allegiance might color initial interactions. The narrative is thick with speculation, tension, and high stakes, creating a media storm that feels almost too intense to contain. The story deepens with suggestions that internal locker room dynamics in Washington could experience immediate upheaval or rejuvenation, depending on how KELCE is received by current players. Rumors indicate that younger linemen may either flourish under his mentorship or struggle to adjust to a new authoritative presence, especially one with KELCE's track record and unmistakable personality. Analysts speculate about the psychological impact of his arrival, envisioning scenarios in which key games could hinge on his leadership during critical moments, or alternatively, where friction could emerge if expectations clash with established hierarchies. Sports psychologists and veteran coaches weigh in, noting that integrating a high-profile figure from a rival team is a delicate balance between inspiration and disruption. There are hints that team meetings, practices, and game day preparations would all need recalibration to accommodate KELCE's influence, potentially reshaping offensive schemes, communication protocols, and even motivational strategies. While all of this remains speculative, the intensity and depth of discussion underscore the significance of the rumor, illustrating how a single player's potential transition could reverberate across every aspect of a professional sports franchise, from on-field performance to team identity and fan perception. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Financial implications also dominate the chatter surrounding KELCE's rumored move, with insiders hinting at innovative contract structures designed to entice a veteran out of retirement while balancing salary cap considerations. Washington is reportedly exploring performance-based incentives, longevity bonuses, and symbolic gestures that underscore KELCE's value not only as a player, but as a franchise centerpiece. Speculation includes marketing tie-ins, media appearances, and fan engagement strategies that would capitalize on the heightened attention his arrival would generate. Analysts note that such a high-profile acquisition could influence ticket sales, merchandise revenue, and overall brand perception, creating both opportunities and challenges in balancing financial commitment with competitive objectives. Some experts suggest that the investment in KELCE could be viewed as both a short-term gamble and a long-term strategic play, positioning the Commanders to accelerate their trajectory toward playoff contention while reshaping public perception of the franchise. Amid these financial discussions, the rumor continues to flourish, fueled by incomplete confirmations, anonymous insider statements, and the natural appetite of fans and media for drama, speculation, and the tantalizing possibility of witnessing history in real time. Strategic implications for the upcoming season are being dissected in every conceivable manner, as analysts speculate on how KELCE's potential presence could shift game plans, offensive line schemes, and quarterback protection dynamics. Rumors hint at possible adjustments in blocking strategies, snap counts, and play calling to optimize KELCE's experience while mitigating any risk associated with returning from retirement. The ripple effect could extend across the entire NFC East, forcing rival teams to reconsider defensive strategies and roster allocations in anticipation of a bolstered Washington offensive line. Mock scenarios are proliferating online, with pundits projecting touchdown drives, playoff push simulations, and even hypothetical clashes with the Eagles that would pit KELCE against former teammates in a dramatic, emotionally charged showdown. While concrete evidence of his signing remains absent, the intensity of speculation highlights how a single rumor can dominate sports discourse, influencing perceptions, shaping narratives, and redefining expectations across a league that thrives on unpredictability, high stakes, and the magnetic allure of transformational figures like Jason KELCE. Meanwhile, cultural conversations around loyalty, ambition, and career longevity have taken center stage, with fan communities debating the ethics and optics of a player leaving a storied tenure for a rival opportunity. Social media threads overflow with passionate arguments, nostalgic reflections on KELCE's Philadelphia legacy, and speculative praise for boldness, creating a digital cacophony that mirrors the emotional turbulence in locker rooms and front offices. Analysts highlight the psychological dimension, suggesting that such a move, if realized, could redefine norms regarding player loyalty, retirement decisions, and the narrative arcs that define professional sports heroes. Rumors about KELCE's motivations, whether competitive hunger, financial incentives, or the pursuit of legacy-defining moments, proliferate, fueling endless debate and media coverage. Sports media outlets, podcasts, and video channels are dedicating entire segments to dissecting the potential implications, while fan reactions continue to evolve in real time, demonstrating how a single player's rumored decision can ripple far beyond the field, influencing public perception, brand identity, and the collective consciousness of football communities nationwide. As the rumor gains momentum, insiders suggest that every facet of Washington's operations, from training regimens to marketing campaigns, could be subtly aligning to prepare for KELCE's arrival. Reports hint at detailed logistical planning, coordinated public relations strategies, and locker room adaptations designed to ensure a smooth transition should the signing be finalized. The broader NFL community watches with rapt attention, aware that the reverberations of such a move could impact everything from divisional rivalries to playoff projections, while fans grapple with the tension between hope and skepticism. Speculation includes potential press conferences, fan engagement initiatives, and ceremonial introductions that would celebrate the arrival of a player whose reputation transcends the gridiron. While the final outcome remains uncertain, the intensity and sophistication of these discussions underscore the seriousness with which teams, media, and fans are treating the rumor, transforming what might have been a simple signing into a narrative rich with intrigue, emotion, and the unmistakable thrill of sports drama at its most compelling. The final layers of speculation delve into the potential legacy ramifications for KELCE, should he commit to the Commanders? Analysts suggest that his career narrative could be reframed as a tale of reinvention, ambition, and daring, a contrast to the steady, hometown hero arc fans in Philadelphia have long cherished. There's intense debate over whether this move would enhance or complicate his Hall of Fame candidacy, public perception, and enduring influence on teammates and the broader NFL culture. Rumors indicate that KELCE's potential leadership in Washington could create a blueprint for future veterans contemplating late career shifts, altering how retirement, free agency, and loyalty are perceived across the league. Meanwhile, fans continue to dissect every nuance, weighing personal sentiment against professional understanding and constructing their own interpretations of what the rumor signifies. Analysts continue to craft hypothetical scenarios for the upcoming season, contemplating matchups, playoff implications, and the psychological edge KELCE could bring to a franchise eager to redefine itself. Whether fact or fantasy, the capital betrayal narrative has captured the imagination of the sports world, fusing speculation, emotion, and strategic calculation into a story that feels larger than life, leaving everyone wondering if history is about to witness one of the boldest twists in NFL lore. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.